What's going on, guys? Welcome back to ClayScoins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you some information, education, and better understanding of cryptocurrency and the stock market. This is not financial advice, however. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not an indication nor a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency or stock talked about in this video or on this channel. I will also never contact you guys below with a WhatsApp, a Telegram, any investment opportunities, or anything like that. Today, we are going to be looking at the Rug Wars, Episode 1, the Phantom Menace. I cannot describe to you guys how proud I am of coming up with this. So even if you hate it, I love the dad joke. I was born in '93, so the episode 1 of Star Wars, episode 1, 2, and 3, those were my first real experiences of Star Wars. So this was definitely nostalgic for me, but I mean, this was not all good news. We're going to be exposing some serious fraud and rug pulls and some problems that are going on with Phantom's network. It seems like one thing after another. Every other day, it seems like Phantom is just getting hammered with another exploit, scam, rug pull, anything. Before we get into the video, guys, I gotta do the YouTube stuff. As you know by now, my goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. It's a big goal, but it's my goal, and I know with your help and support, we can get there. So why don't you do me a favor? I usually don't ask this part, but go ahead and share this. Anyone you know that's invested in any stocks, any crypto, is looking to get any crypto or has any questions about it, anything like that, if you've ever met anyone who's ever talked about Cardano in a positive way, share my channel with them. You know, that way we can spread it around and get this ClayScoins family growing even more than it already has. So I'll give you a moment to like, subscribe, share, and hit that join button so you can become a true supporter of ClayScoins. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. A long time ago, on a blockchain far, far away, I wish I could do some video editing so I could have the scrolling down, really give this a Star Wars intro, but boy oh boy, where do we even begin with this one? I mean, it seems like Phantom cannot catch a break. Ever since it would be really awesome for me to have a YouTube effect, you know what I mean? You know how, like, I don't know if you guys are MMA or UFC fans, but if you watch Chael Sonnen, he has a YouTube channel, and anytime he makes predictions for a fight, whoever he predicts to win, the person he predicted to lose is almost guaranteed to win. It's just like the way things happen. Whenever he says something's going to happen, the opposite happens. And I had my pick to win the DeFi race. Luna and Phantom were neck and neck, and I did pick Luna. Phantom short term, I believe. I can't remember. Go back and watch the video and let me know in the comment section down below if you remember which one I picked. However, Luna's ecosystem is so vast that it's hard to even compete and compare it to other DeFi projects. But with Phantom, I mean, they have like over 200 DeFi projects at this point, and I really thought they were going to be next up. I mean, looking just at this 1 month high and low, you can see that within the last 30 days, we are just above the low of $1.04 right now, and we were as high as $2.14. There is a huge reason why Phantom has been bleeding over the last couple weeks, and we're going to get into that today. Beginning with the departure of their two superstar developers, Anton Nell and Andre Croget, a $2.6 billion with a B billion-dollar exploit, and as of the 13th, the Pulse Predictions rug pull. This Pulse scam caps off one of at least 8 known rug pulls that have occurred on the Phantom blockchain in solely the month of March. I mean, this is crazy. We're only on, like, what is this, March 15th right now at the time of this recording. You might be seeing this either today or tomorrow. We're just halfway through the month, and almost every other day there's been some sort of rug pull, scam, or exploit on the Phantom blockchain. And there's a big reason for it, because the common denominator throughout this landslide of a month has been the use of Phantom-based tomb forks. If you don't know what tomb is, I'll pull up a little CoinMarketCap diagram real quick, just to give you guys a little backdrop, an idea. You can see the token, different things like that. You can see the logo, rather. This has been the common denominator in the downfall of the Phantom DeFi ecosystem in the month of March. And I can honestly say I did not see this coming, guys. pulsedao, or Pulse Predictions Market, however you know it, was the most recent of these tomb fork rug pulls. According to rugdoc.io, which is a tool that I really want you guys to utilize, so I'm going to show you real quick. This right here is rugdoc.io, and it is one of the best tools that you can equip in your tool belt, especially, seriously, if you guys are getting into any DeFi projects, especially any brand new DeFi projects, you really need to be checking out RugDoc. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just found out about them not too long ago, but the amount of work that they put in to secure and provide transparency in a community where transparency is expected, the fact that they have to go through these lengths and have become as popular as they are and as well respected as they are is kind of, it's kind of bass-ackwards in the way that we thought that decentralized finance would work. We thought this would solve a lot of the corruption and different things like that, and it's proving to be, it's proving to be a real show of human nature, and it's when, not everyone's evil. I do believe most people are good, but when you find an easy exploit and people have a loophole and they believe that they can get away with something without anyone ever knowing or it affecting their social status, most of the time they're gonna do it. And you can take that with anything. You can take that with scamming people. You can take it with, not being faithful to a partner. You can take it to not being faithful to a diet, and sneaking snacks or something like that. There's many different things. There's just this weird perception thing where psychologically, if we're able to lie to ourselves and convince ourselves that it's okay, there's almost no telling what we can do, which is a very scary thought when you think about it. But that's why RugDoc is one of the many tools that you guys should have in your tool belt like Batman, and you can check out these different projects. You can search any DeFi project, like I'll just search Drip real quick because that's a project I'm in, and you can see some risk, medium risk. Right here it says it's not eligible. This project with a custom code seems to involve some sort of internal compounding system. Typically these projects that deal with leverage, lending, options, derivatives, and anything that is overly complex, which requires a ton of peer reviews and audits from top companies. So when it is that complex and they simply don't have the manpower, they'll tell you we don't have the manpower. They're not going to give you some BS risk assessment and anything else. They're going to show you straight up. Like when you go to right here, we'll just say Astroverse. I have no idea what this is. Built on Binance. You can see the chains that it's built on and everything. This is a really cool site, guys, and it straight up says high risk. Triple check the contract. It shows you all these big things, these big red flags that they see, and when you see things like that, definitely take notice to it. Obviously no one knows the future, but this is just another way that you guys can prevent anything bad from happening. Getting back to Tomb, so a statement was made by rugdoc.io, the project we just viewed, and the statement was, "It appears Tomb forks have inherent governance risks, which is why it is critical to have renounced contracts and KYC in place before entering." KYC is a term we're going to be getting into a little bit today because it's something that's kind of swept under the rug as almost a guarantee, or people assume that it happens, and especially with the blockchain, cryptocurrency, everything being decentralized, and there's this huge, Satoshi, the creator of the #1 cryptocurrency in the world, Bitcoin, being worth more than every other cryptocurrency in the world put together, Satoshi is anonymous. Obviously, there's a reason why. There's pros and cons to any of this, just like there's pros and cons to human behavior and different psychological concepts that we develop. This is just one of the things, guys. One thing I can't stand, and it goes back to a Daniel Tosh stand-up from like 2016, I think it was, is he says, I don't ever want to hear someone say, I can't believe this happened. If your neighbor is found out to be a serial killer and you get on TV and you're like, I never would have saw it coming. Like, there's almost nothing that I can't wrap my brain around someone doing that is horrible and twisted, especially with all the stuff that's happened. So don't assume everyone has ill intent, but at the same time, expect the worst, hope for the best, and be prepared, not surprised. However, though, at the time of this statement, RugDoc was unaware that Pulse already did KYC with Ape O'Clock, who's another well-known auditor. But here we are. The KYC, if you guys didn't know, KYC stands for Know Your Customer or Know Your Client. It's a legacy financial and investment really almost into sales, you could put it. Any type of money back and forth, any type of business partnership you're entering into, KYC is there to verify identity, suitability, and risk involved in a financial or a business relationship. This might seem like a great way to screen for scammers, but with crypto and on a worldwide scale, it has proven much more difficult to truly verify a KYC, and even if you do, as it was here, you can still get rugged. This is actually in one of the articles that I was reading about this entire thing, and why KYC didn't matter. Many investors check a safety box when a project has KYC, but the pulsedao or pulse prediction market example shows its weak face. Recovering crypto thefts for some countries can be difficult or even impossible. I know that the person behind Pulse is located in the Philippines, and so if you have a bunch of American investors, what are we going to do? When it's international or even in international waters, the laws, regulations are completely up in the air and in a really as you can see right here, scammers might not even be able to held accountable in several countries because the rug pulls fall into gray areas, and authorities might not even look into smaller crypto projects. So when you're talking about crypto projects that are ranked in like the 6,000 to 9,000 in the world on coinmarketcap.com and nothing's verified, and then you see things like this happen, it makes sense on paper, but when you're in it, it can be so hard to differentiate what is social engineering and, really manipulation of trust and what is a solid DeFi play that you're jumping in early on. Shout out to Alanis Morissette. But isn't it ironic that a project meant to allow users to quote-unquote create their own prediction markets about anything had the user's futures planned perfectly with no prediction necessary? Of course, we wouldn't be here without the clearly foolproof Tomb Finance, which creates a mirrored liquid asset that can be moved around and traded without restrictions. In theory, Tomb forks are algorithmic stablecoin projects that peg their token to another coin. In practice, they are a DeFi rug pull breeding ground. At this point, to be completely honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tomb upgraded and or recoded or just straight up shut down, scrapped, and rebranded as something else. I don't know how they're going to come back from this. I don't know if you should come back from this. I think this is something you chalk up to tuition. You try to get back the users their funds in the best way possible, and you learn from this. If you're not going to learn from this and you're going to sweep this under the rug, no pun intended, then it's going to happen again. Even if they caught all this Tomb and Pulse BS ahead of time and neutralized the threat preemptively, they still would be down over $2 billion thanks to the Fantasm Finance exploit. And as you can see here, one of the most lovely greetings you could ever have on CoinMarketCap is this great big red headline saying, "The smart contracts for the following token contain variable tax rate function." This opened the opportunity for contract owners to modify contract behavior, which is not what you want. Please exercise with extra caution if you are investing in this token. If CoinMarketCap is telling you that and they shill out meme coins, that is definitely something to set off a couple red flags. For those of you who don't know who or haven't seen the headlines, haven't done any research on it, recently Fantasm, which is built on Phantom, it was exploited by an unknown exploiter managing to pass his BNB through multiple gateways and backdoors to bring it to Phantom, then deploying a contract triggering the exploit on Phantom. The result of this was a consistent, gratuitous amount of XFTM being minted, which the exploiter sold for FTM and sold for $2.6 billion with a B of Ethereum and siphoned all of that out through Tornado. This has spurred a complete relaunch of Fantasm with a new DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization for decision making. Even spookyswap, Phantom's decentralized exchange, has lost over 50% of its total value locked this year alone, signifying how widespread this ripple effect is across the Phantom ecosystem. This is a huge, perfect analogy of When you throw a big enough rock into the water, it can cause a ripple effect that affects the whole entire lake, regardless of the rock hitting the most eastern point in the lake and you being over at the west. That ripple effect, no matter how great it can be, it can still be felt. And that's a perfect example of what we're noticing right now with Phantom. Look at SpookySwap on the 1 month. I don't usually use this, but it's just so quick and easy to show you guys. In 30 days, it had a high of 25.50. It recently listed on Huobi Global, which is a massive international exchange, and it's at 12.60. The low for the month is 10.63, and it just listed. That means that it has taken so much to even keep it neutral, let alone have any positive push. The negativity behind it is just, it's really hurting Phantom right now, guys. At the time of this recording, every single project mentioned in this video thus far is down between 31 and 98%. One silver lining amidst all this chaos is that the exit of devs Andre and Anton were in good faith and had nothing to do with any of these exploits or scams, rug pulls. They had nothing to do with that. As a lot of you know, Andre is a part of well over 25 different cryptocurrency projects, and he's stepping down and passing off advisory board seatings and different things like that to other people, getting people next in line, because he's taking a break from the entire cryptocurrency and DeFi space. It has nothing to do with Phantom specifically, SpookySwap, Fantasm, Pulse, Tomb, anything we've mentioned in today's video. But the fact of the matter is, they lost their two best devs right before a massive exploit and many, almost every other day, rug pull scams built on their blockchain. So, all in all, this has been an absolute disaster of a month for Phantom. There's really no way to get around it, and what a rapid fall from grace it has been in the last couple months. Going into 2022, especially going through January or so, I thought that Phantom was about to rise to absolute greatness. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I expected Phantom to be a top 5 to 7 cryptocurrency by the end of this year, at least. However, I do still have a lot of faith in Phantom, and I really hope that they can take proactive attempts to limit the chances of the malicious exploits and rug pulls across the decentralized finance ecosystem that they're trying to build. When you are a project building a DeFi ecosystem, you should probably try to make sure that your DeFi projects are more secure than this. And if they can stop this final destination streak of bad luck at this point, we could still see Phantom approach the $3 mark by the end of the year. Looking at it right now, we're at $1.19. It's looking at, we'll go down here and look at the chart just to show you guys. Look at this. We had a run up, end of December, we're in the low dollar range like we are now, and it ran all the way up over $3.27 and has absolutely plummeted and started bleeding in March. As you can see, This is something I wanted to bring you guys because I feel like it's very, very important. The last time I talked to you guys about something like this was the Malice in Wonderland video, which you can go check out, about Popsicle Finance, Wonderland, and that whole complete scam and rug pull. I want to bring you guys this stuff because a lot of YouTubers will not talk about this. A lot of YouTubers have this kind of, or content creators, finfluencers, gosh, I hate that term, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call them, they don't want to talk about stuff like this because it brings the premise of corruption and FUD, really, to cryptocurrency and DeFi, and they don't want anyone to think that things like this can happen, and when they do, they don't want to talk about it because they're afraid that it can happen to their project, or that it's going to scare people away from crypto, or they're going to say, I told you so, this is why you shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 blah. I want to tell you guys real, honest information, bring it to you in an articulate, concise way, so you can understand, instead of all these legacy media outlets wrapping it up in a propaganda type fashion and feeding you a constructed narrative for you to feel a certain way. If you didn't know, that's mental manipulation. That's what they're doing to you. They're telling you something in a way to make you think a certain way, not allowing you to come up with the decisions on your own, which is exactly what I want to do when I give you guys the information, education, and better understanding, because I know if I create competence in you, it will create the confidence. And man, there is nothing nothing more attractive in a physical, mental, financial, business sense than confidence. Confidence attracts in every single way. Esteemable people do esteemable things. That's one of my favorite sayings, and it really hits home when you talk about this, because if any of these people were esteemable, none of this would have happened. So I really hope Phantom can figure this stuff out. I still believe in Phantom. I will say, completely off topic, I watched a death battle on YouTube when they take like two random superheroes or characters from animation and pit them against each other, and I watched Danny Phantom versus American Dragon Jake Long. I was a little old for that, but I definitely watched Danny Phantom when I was a kid. Danny Phantom kicked his ass, and I'm so happy about that. Just figured I'd throw that in for you guys. Alright guys, that's going to be everything for today's video. I wanted to bring you this Phantom Menace story. I really like, I don't care what you think. I am so proud of that pun. I'm so proud of that dad joke that I'm going to roll with it. But if you guys did like the video, you know the drill by now. Like the video, subscribe, share, join the channel so you can become a true supporter of ClaysCoins. If you like the video, leave a flex emoji in the comment section down below, as you know. And other than that, guys, have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Thank you.